All right. Hi, everybody. So today I went down to my local Goodwill, one of the local ones. I got two near me. And I found this drawer, this 3-drawer cassette tape organizer. And I opened it up and it was just stuffed with all these cool cassette tapes from the 80s. A lot of ones based on kids' properties like cartoons and such, and a lot of story tapes. And it was intriguing because the whole thing was marked for $3.97. I even asked the people at the counter, is this just for the organizer or is everything inside included? And they said everything inside's included. And I don't even have a tape player close to me, but I decided it would be fun to buy it just to look at all these tapes. And I don't know how many there are. I'm going to try and count them as I go. There might be 40 or 50 tapes. I'm not sure. So let's see these tapes, see if they bring back some memories for you guys. Like, these are the tapes that sometimes you would get with a book, and they'd read. So let's see. First, we got Mr. Happy, and this is the Mr. Men and Little Miss. And I remember this series of books. I actually had one of these. I don't know if it was, I think it was Mr. Happy. I think I had Mr. Happy. So that's tape number 1. Tape number 2, how about this? New Kids on the Block. Music, music, music. And I actually, look at that label there, all ripped up. I did a little research on this because it says Hasbro. So this was actually something packaged with New Kids on the Block dolls that they would sell, like in the Barbie aisle. They would come with a tape. How about the Care Bears? You remember the Care Bears? Care Bears Help Out. Isn't that nice? So, and then Listen and Look. This is a Hasbro thing. So the Listen and Look thing, basically you turn the other side and you record yourself reading the story. So if I had a cassette, I think it would be fun to hear what the kids recorded on the other side of that. Okay, let's see. What do we got next? Next up, we got, this one's really cool. The Ghostbusters Meet the Laser Ghost, a book and cassette. And I don't know if this is based on the cartoon or the movie, because it doesn't say the real Ghostbusters. So that would be interesting to listen to. I saw the book online, and the book is just the Ghostbuster logo. So wait, how many is that? 4? So 5. So we got a Beauty and the Beast with Be Our Guest, and on the opposite side we have Be Our Guest. So I think this might be a story, but they include a song at the end. So Beauty and the Beast is number 5. Number 6, Peter Pan, songs from Peter Pan. So this is basically a soundtrack. Let's see. Yeah. So, and a lot of these songs I don't, of course I know You Can Fly, You Can Fly, You Can Fly, but a lot of them, not that familiar with, to be honest with you. I don't think the soundtrack was as popular as some other later movies. We got our first Muppet music, Gonzo and the Great Chicken. That just sounds awesome right there. That would be great to listen to. I really dig Gonzo. What is that? Is that 7? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, this is number 8. I got to keep track of this. So we got Rainbow Bright. Happy birthday, Buddy Blue. You guys remember Rainbow Bright and the Big Color Mix-Up? Ooh, a story and song. Buena Vista. So Disney did this, and Hallmark. Interesting, because I think Buena Vista is Disney, but Hallmark, I think, owned Rainbow Bright, so they worked together. So, and I'm losing count already. So let's see, 3. I think that's like 9 or 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 8. So this is 9, unless I miscount. Let's see, got another Rainbow Bright. Save Spring. Oop, and that one is really colored all over. Number 10. How about a Teddy Ruxpin tape? And it's actually upside down. This is number 10, I believe. So Teddy Ruxpin, all about bears. And yeah, so this is one that you'd actually put into Teddy Ruxpin and he'd read to you. Number 11, the Care Bears Garden. Yeah. And I that Kid Stuff logo is very nostalgic for me. Number 12. Let's see, upside down. Joshua and the Battle of Jericho, a Super Scope telestory. Never heard of Super Scope again. It reminds me of Technicolor, one of those phrases like that. The Wuzzles. How about the Wuzzles? Hoppopotamus Goes to Hollywood. Is that 12 or 13? So let's say this is 14 or 13. I don't know. Let's see, the Bernstein Bears Get the Gimmies. And the same one. Is it Bernstein? Remember that? Let's say this is 14. Mr. Chatterbox. We got another one of those Mr. Men books. 15. Preschool Winter Lessons. All right, preschool winter lessons. 16. What is this? This is real music. All American country music mixed in there. All right. By the way, I really like that old-fashioned Warner Brothers logo. Reminds me of Dukes of Hazzard. Was it something like 16 now? Randy Travis, Always and Forever. Another country one. I'm losing count already. The Great Mouse Detective. I just saw that movie again recently for the first time. I remember seeing it in the theaters, and honestly, it hasn't held up as well as I hoped. But Bambi still holds up, so we got some songs from Bambi. And that's another one of those things where some of the older Disney movies, if someone asked me, can you name a song from Bambi? I would have a real hard time naming even the title of one song. Richard the Sharp-Eared Reindeer by Peter Pan Book and Records. I remember those, the Peter Pan ones. Is this about 20? Yeah, I got about 50 tapes here. Mother Goose Treasury, volumes 1 and 2. Let's go a little faster. Pound Puppies, fun from A to Z. Pound Puppies, you're my what a no, however it goes. Sesame Street, Talk and Play. Can you tell me how to get to Sesame Street? And look at the instructions. Insert this way. That's great. That's really cool. We got another Disney one. We got Pocahontas. This is more modern because you could see Mickey coming out of the CD. So we got a Pocahontas one going on there. Another Super Scope. This one's Hansel and Gretel. So I guess they just didn't do Bible stories. They also did fairy tales as well. And Chick-fil-A. This is a modern one from 98. Can you believe it? They were handing them out at 98. Pranks for the Memories, Adventures, and Odyssey. Little story there. And Wonder World books. I'm not familiar with Wonder World books, but it looks like just a bunch of merry-go-round. I want to grow up just like you. I'm smiling. Not familiar with them. Discovery series by Disney. So we have a cassette based on manners. It looks like, I think that's Donald in the picture there. We have a cassette based on things that go and people at work. Another Disney one. How about Mary Poppins? Features supercalifragilistic. So I'm guessing this might be a story. And then Dumbo, yeah, it says storyteller. So it's got a little song at the end. Lion King. And this looks like the soundtrack. I Just Can't Wait to Be King. Hakuna Matata. Yeah, when Aladdin and Little Mermaid came out, that's when all the songs became popular. Everybody knew all the songs. Speaking of which, here we got Ariel in the Secret Grotto. Ooh, and we got 101 Dalmatians. That's pretty cool. You got two different stories on one cassette. Another Discovery series, the ABCs. Recently, Disney worked with They Might Be Giants to make CDs based on like the ABCs and the 1, 2, 3s. If you like They Might Be Giants, that's some really fun music for kids there. Stories about the Three Little Pigs from Disney. Man, cassette. Can you believe this? All of this was $4. Another Bernstein Bears. They visit the dentist and they go out of focus. Arby's presents Three Little Pigs. That's ironic, isn't it? Arby's presenting Three Little Pigs, because I think they do serve ham sandwiches now. They will actually literally present you with Three Little Pigs if you pay them enough money. Oscar the Grouch's Alphabet of Trash. Interesting. Sesame Street actually had some really good music. Oh, how about this? Hooked on Phonics. I remember Hooked on Phonics based almost solely on the commercials. Hooked on Phonics worked for me. Maybe it worked for you. You know, I do know Hooked on Phonics did help some people learn how to read. Mickey Mouse in Circle M for Math from Play School. Guys, remember just listening to cassette tapes? Scholastic, the Golden Goose. Scholastic, when I hear Scholastic, I think of going back in the 80s, being in school and getting book order forms and trying to order books for 99 cents or something. Bernstein Bears go to the doctor. They went to the dentist, so why not go to the doctor? Got another Muppet one. Fraggle Rock Sing-Along. There you go. Don't know these songs. Muck and Goo, Lost and Found. How about just Fraggle Rock? How about the theme song? Catch the Tail by the Tiger Beetle song. Where's the regular Fraggle Rock? If it's a Fraggle Rock sing-along, it needs the Fraggle Rock, down in Fraggle Rock, bump, bump. Let's see, we got another Super Scope, Noah and the Ark. I wonder if anyone watching is familiar with Super Scope. I am not. Another Bernstein Bears. They are going to school. They went to the dentist, then they had to go to the doctor, then they went to school. But they got excused for being late because they had to go to the dentist and doctor. Ernie's Little Lie. Uh-oh. And is that the same thing? Yep, that's the same thing. Upside down. Sorry, I stopped counting. Another Teddy Ruxpin tape. I remember when Teddy Ruxpin came out, just how awesome it was that you could have a stuffed animal that talked to you. In hindsight, it's kind of freaky too. We Sing in Sillyville. Has anybody else ever owned a We Sing cassette tape? I did. I think I had We Sing Silly Songs. I think that, I don't know, that may have, there's a hole in the bucket on it. Another Rainbow Bright, She Saved Spring. Yay. We could use that right now because it's springtime and snowing. And the Brook Meadow Deer. Man, they're just going all over the place. We got a Fisher Price Gentle Sounds and Melodies. Who knows? They might be still, like, you go to Walmart, they have CDs in the baby section. They might still make that today. Jungle Book and Other Favorite Jungle Stories. So I guess it's just not, or Walt Disney Songs from Jungle Book. So this is a song one. Doesn't have, what's that? Friend Like You? Did I see that on there? I didn't. So I Want to Be Like You. That's it. I Want to Be Like You. Rainbow. The Art of Fitness Walking. Never heard of Rainbow with no W. And we got Mother Goose Treasury 3 and 4. The sequel, Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. We got songs from that. Can you name 3 songs from Snow White without thinking, without looking? It's a Small World. Oh dear. So, and Cinderella. So let me, quick little Small World story. I went, one day I was chaperoning a church group going to Small World, and we're riding it in Disney World, and the ride got stuck. And we were just sitting in the tunnels. And if you've ever been on a Small World, the boat goes, around and you go into different rooms, and we're just sitting there by ourselves as these little dolls keep singing to us over and over. It's a Small World for about 15, 20 minutes. It was literally the scariest ride I've ever been on. And then we have this happy ending cassette. And these figures, they look familiar to me, but I really don't know much about that. I do like how one side is green and one is purple. That's pretty cool. So there you go. Look at all those cassettes for $4. I hope you enjoyed this little trip down memory lane. If it reminds you of anything, please share in the comments below. Maybe Hooked on Phonics worked for you. Go ahead, click like and subscribe, and I will see you next time on the next No Swear Gamer video.